I avoided PE like the plague. Any PE lesson I could get out of, I did. I did not do PE. PE wasn't my thing. It didn't really go well with me. Me and PE weren't friends, I'm telling you. PE stood for public enemy.
Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video. To be notified whenever I upload, hit bell button right there, good stuff. And also if you like the video, hit the like button, that'll really help. Thank you guys.
Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome to the second part in the series of how I got fat, but this is from 11 to 18 edition. I went to secondary school. By the time I hit secondary school, I was definitely wearing more than a teenager. I was wearing adult size shirts, but I was, you know, probably 5 foot nothing. So an adult size shirt on a 5 foot nothing individual, it's gonna drown him, you know what I mean? Like in regard to the length. I probably was about 34 waist. If I remember correctly, I was about 34 waist. Yeah, at 11 years old. How I got there? Well, now I had a little bit more freedom going shots by myself from the age of 9, 10. So it's a little different to when I was younger. When I was younger, it was about what was put in front of me. Now, you know, I used to go to the park with my friends from 10, 11 and that. Elthorne Park, yeah, I grew up in Hornsey. You know, just be out with my friends. Yeah, so I was much more active. But now, I was going to the shop and buying a whole lot of stuff that I had no business buying. Like, if you're an 80s baby, but grew up in the 90s, you know, we was all buying stuff like shandy. We thought we was big men buying shandy. We was allowed to buy shandy. That's crazy. I'm looking back at it now and pretend that we was drunk. Some people did get drunk, but that's a whole nother story. 11-year-old, having to make nutritional decisions for himself. The stuff that I eat at the canteen, because it's a canteen now. It's not like school where there was almost like, primary school, it was, you know, similar set things. Now, there's like a whole lot of different options. People used to sneak out and buy kebabs at lunch. So I had access to that. Access to bakeries where that was a whole another situation. From 11 years old, I had the flexibility and the freedom to make any nutritional decision I liked, I wanted to. And I didn't make good ones. I was doing some of the, I was eating what my friends was eating. Now my friends, most of them was more active individuals. I wasn't active. So for me to be eating that type of food, it was quite ridiculous if you ask me. I shouldn't have been doing it. Now this is something that I can't blame on anybody else. I have to accept responsibility for this part because I was the one buying the stuff. I was the one that was buying food. I was the one that was harming myself with nutrition, but I didn't know what I was doing. Again, in the early 90s, there was no education on nutrition. It just wasn't available as out there for children. You know, kids, not many kids was conscious of the things that they ate. Like, it just didn't exist, it just didn't happen. We just wasn't conscious of what we ate. It tastes good, it looked good, it was attractive. You know, we ate it. That was it. There was no awareness. So, you know, it led me to make a lot of bad nutritional decisions. It didn't matter. It didn't matter what my friends said. It didn't matter what my family said. You know, my parents, my dad and my grandma used to make unsubtle hints that I was overweight and I should lose some weight. I was out of control. No one could tell me anything. A piece of me thought to myself, I'm young, don't worry, I'm young. I'm gonna outgrow this weight soon. So I ate and I ate. You know, I went to St. David's and St. Catherine's in North London, Haringey. And there was like a bakery. The ice donuts was amazing. And what else did we used to get? Turkey rolls, or turkey subways, or turkey subs, turkey mayonnaise and turkey. Either way, it was delicious. You know what I mean? I'm actually salivating thinking of it. I have no right because I'm plant-based, but you know, I can still salivate on memories, you know. Let me live, please. Let me live. It's just memories. A whole lot of bad food, bad nutritional decisions, lack of education, lack of movement. I avoided PE like the plague. Any PE lesson I could get out of, I did. I did not do PE. PE wasn't my thing. It didn't really go well with me. Me and PE weren't friends, I'm telling you. PE stands for public enemy or physical enemy. That's what PE stood for me. PE stood for physical enemy. You know what I mean? Like, I was an enemy of anything physical. I got along with everyone almost. I never got bullied. In school. You know, you get people take the mick out of you, or, you know, we say cuss, or people rib you or make fun of you. That's the term. People make fun of you, but it was just because it was my turn. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna get Rick today and tomorrow and the rest of the year. No, it was just my turn. Everyone got it. I wasn't a victim, as to speak. I wasn't a victim. So I have to say I was quite fortunate and lucky there. I do feel to a degree, my friends left me out of certain activities. They wouldn't invite me simply because I thought they wanted to protect me from myself, because I probably would want to go, but I wouldn't feel comfortable going. Stuff like ice skating, that's not for me. Still not for me. You know, me sliding around on stuff I have no business sliding around on doesn't appeal to me, to be fair, if I'm honest. With thin boots, no, I'm fine. I would wear trainers. I'll stick to my Nikes and Adidas, thank you. So, how it happened, okay, I think I've just digressed. How it happened was me having the freedom to pick and choose what I could eat, and making a lot of bad decisions, a lot of uneducated bad decisions. And if there was, I reckon, if there was a bit more awareness, at least I would have been given the option, and at least I would have known what I was doing to myself. Before, when I was a kid, it was just like, I'm gonna eat this because it's good. But really, I should have been like, you know what, I'm gonna eat a little bit this, but this means that I need to move a bit more, or do I deserve this? Have I earned this? Have I moved enough to warrant me the freedom to get that? You know, that's the kind of questions, or that's what we should really be planting the seeds. It's like anything could be good for you in moderation. You know, anything can be good for you in moderation. It doesn't have, you don't have to quit it all. You don't have to stop it. You don't have to stop eating sugars. You don't have to stop eating cakes. You just don't have to. All you got to do is make sure that there's balance. Most important part, guys, is balance. And I wasn't balanced, I was imbalanced, you know. And if I was a scale, one scale would be tipping on the scale. If I was a scale, the scale would be on the floor. That's how imbalanced I was. That's just a brief insight on how I got fat from age 11 to 18. The next episode will be from 18 till now. I would estimate I was 11 years old, 12 stone. 14 years old, I was about 14 stone. 16-year-olds, I remember I was definitely 16 stone. So it was like I was putting on 1 stone a year. When I was 18, I must have been about 17, 18 stone when I was 18. Because I didn't weigh myself, so all I could do really is just approximately guesstimate. So I was about 17, 18 stone at 18 years old. So that summarized my school weight gain. I was making bad decisions with my friends. I wasn't moving, I wasn't doing PE, I wasn't active, and I was very much sedentary, you know. That's from 11 to 16. Now from 16 to 18, now I had all the freedom. I had all the freedom, bordering on the status of a young adult, doing exactly what I wanted. No one could tell me nothing in regards to nutrition. The type of stuff that I used to eat: chicken and chips, McDonald's, oh, a whole lot of Supermalt. Oh, did Supermalt got drunk. Nourishment, loads of fast food, all the fast foods, you know. No balance, because the weekends, Saturday or Friday was the day that, my family had takeout. But then nearly every day was the day that I had takeout, because I was out every day with my friends. Sunday was what we call Sunday dinner on a Sunday, simple. But it consists of stuff like rice and peas, whatever meat of your choice, whether it's chicken, it could be fish, it could be pork, it could be lamb, whatever you decide. Potatoes, vegetables, you know. And I didn't know what portion control was. What was portion control? What was portion control? One of the biggest things is I was the big guy and I took on the persona of the big guy. Being the big guy is what defined me, so I just did what big guys do. Eat and stay still, don't move, you know, and that was quite bad and quite sad. Because deep down, it's like I feel like I was, because you know the funny thing is that for my size, I could move, I just chose not to. And I don't think it was the fact that I chose not to because I couldn't, it was embarrassing. Look at the big guy and his body's all moving when he stopped. Do you know what I mean? It's like lumps and bumps moving. It was just a bit disheartening or embarrassing. It was embarrassing to move. It sounds crazy, but I just didn't want to move. And shopping, being an 18-year-old, that is probably like XX, early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. Shopping was crazy. Like I used to go shopping with my friends and watch them buy stuff. Not because I couldn't afford it, because nothing in the shops could fit me. JD Sports, JJB's, Foot Locker, First Sport. I'm gonna say First Sport. We're going back now, guys. We're going back. First Sport. They didn't cater for big guys. You know, I remember the time when we was in JD Sports up in Kent, and I saw a Reebok bomber jacket style, and I tried it on knowing it wasn't gonna fit, and it didn't fit, and it would have looked good, and all my friends says, Rick, that would have suited you, and I couldn't buy it, guys. You know, and I probably should have just bought it as an incentive to do something about my weight, but I just didn't buy it, guys, you know. And stuff like that used to really upset me, dishearten me, make me feel bad. And when you're going through these things as a kid, 18-year-old kid, what makes you feel good? More food, you know. So it was just a vicious cycle. Yeah, but I think that summarizes my childhood and teens, and I told you about my weights as well when I was my kid and nearly a teen and teen. And the next episode that I'm gonna do is gonna be from 18 till now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the insight to my life. Yeah, me just putting it all out on the table, telling you how I got fat and learn from my mistakes and do better. If there's anyone out here that you feel would benefit from watching this video, please share the video with them. Hit the like button, guys, and make sure you hit the subscribe button too, guys. Alright, signing off, guys. Peace.